What's up, math scholars and math haters? This is Mr. W, and today we're going to tackle question 25 of the 4th grade math questions that North Carolina released this past school year. The question tells us that a tree was 14 3/8 inches tall when it was first planted. 2 years later, the tree was 21 1/8 inches tall, and we're trying to figure out how much the tree grew in those 2 years. So in order to do really well on a question like this, we're going to need to know how to translate problems, and then also how to add and subtract fractions. In this case, we have the same denominator, so that's nice. That cuts out an extra step for us that we would have to do otherwise. But to start with, I'm going to go ahead and look at this word grow, because if we think of a tree growing, or even a person growing, many of you kids who may watch this have probably grown a lot in the past couple years. That means you're taller now than you used to be. So 2 years after the tree was planted, it's this tall, and it was this tall when it was first planted. We're trying to figure out how much it grew, which means I'm going to have to write an addition sentence, specifically how tall it was when it was first planted, plus how much it grew, equals how tall it is now, or how tall it is after the 2 years. So if I'm going to fill in some of those numbers, it was first 14 3/8 inches tall. We're trying to figure out how much it grew, so that's our unknown number, and that equals, in terms of how much or how tall it is now, 21 1/8. All right, so now I need to use fact families, and I need to flip this around. And I'm going to say that if I know that 14 3/8 plus something equals 21 1/8, then I can go ahead and flip this around and say that 21 1/8 minus 14 3/8 equals the amount that my tree grew. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and set this up like a regular subtraction problem. And at this point, oh wait, that is way too low for y'all to see. Let me scoot this back. And at this point, I'm actually going to need to use some tricks that I learned when I first learned how to do subtraction. So if there's another way that you know how to do this, go for it, try it for yourself, and you should get the same answer. But for now, I'm going to look from right to left and say that if I'm looking at 1/8 and 3/8, if I'm going to take away 3/8 from 1/8, that's way too small. That's like if a pizza's cut into 8 pieces, there's one left, and somebody says, hey, I want 3 pieces. You owe me 3 pieces. You're going to need to get another pizza from somewhere. And we're going to get that pizza from this 21 here. We're going to take 21 pizzas and make it 20 pizzas. We're going to cut one of those pizzas up into 8 more pieces here. 1 plus 8 is actually going to give us 9. So we're thinking of this now as 20 pizzas plus 9 extra slices. And so now we can go ahead and take 3 slices away from that 9, and I don't have a lot of room down here, but we'll call that 6/8. So now all I have to do is subtract 14 from 20. 20 minus 10 is 10. 10 minus 4 is just going to give us 6. So I'm looking for 6 6/8, which matches answer choice B. So that's it. That's all we have to do. And again, if there's a better way, try it out. You can even send me an email about it.